So here's what they love to keep shouting from the rooftops here. They love to tell you, well, the president is not above the law when they're talking about Trump. They love to say that the president is not above the law. Excuse me? I mean, yeah, he's not above the law unless it's the current president it's pretty clear, has used his job to help his son and him make money. The president's not above the law unless he's lying us into a war that he can also profit off of, unless he's scatterbombing and gassing Middle Eastern children, unless he's raping people or selling guns to drug cartels. Yeah, presidents get away with everything. War crimes, violent crimes, financial crimes. They get away with everything. Literally, the only president who's ever not been above, quote unquote, above the law in this country, there's two. Ulysses S. Grant, who was pulled over for drunk driving on his horse, and Donald Trump. Those are the only two that have ever not been above the law. That's it. The only two that have ever not been, quote unquote, above the law. Everyone else, as far as I can tell, can do whatever the hell they want. How does Barack Obama? The president makes $400,000 a year. Barack Obama's been a civil servant his entire life, right? Before he was president, he was a senator, and then he worked in city government. He's never owned these huge businesses. How the hell is he worth hundreds of millions of dollars? You're going to tell me that guy got all of his money legitimately? No, these people make backdoor deals. The only president who's ever been held accountable was Donald Trump. And let's be real here, it is objectively for less than anything any of those other guys have done. It is not that bad. I guess Nixon kind of got held accountable too. And Nixon's was really stupid. Nixon wiretapped, which, by the way, I'm not justifying it, but the NSA does that to all of us now. It's the norm. Nixon wiretapped his opponent in an election who he was going to beat by like 10% of the vote. It wasn't even close. Nixon was just dumb. So we've got three presidents that have ever been held accountable for anything, right? Ever been held accountable for anything. You have Bill Clinton, who's probably a murderer, who's probably a human trafficker through the foundation he runs in Haiti. You've got Barack Obama that sold guns to the drug cartels and made all this money from, who knows where, just make it rain. George Bush and Dick Cheney, both of those guys made so much money off the fucking Iraq war they could keep Dick Cheney's heart pumping forever.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Or Iraqi people. I mean, the list goes on and on. Clinton also had the rape allegations. Yeah, it goes on and on. We could sit here all day and talk about presidential crimes. Lyndon B. Johnson might have killed Kennedy. There's the fourth one who's been held accountable. Kennedy. There you go. Kennedy. They sure held Kennedy accountable for speaking out of line. Yep, that's the four. So 4 presidents have been held accountable in the history of this country. That's great. I mean, we can go all the way back. Andrew Jackson kind of committed genocide. What happened to him? We put him on the $20 bill. That's what happened. Franklin Delano Roosevelt rounded up Japanese people and put them in concentration camps. Oh, history likes to skip that one, huh? They don't really like to talk about that one too much. That's their precious liberal leader. We put him on a dime. A lot of people, especially Democrats, like to look back on FDR as one of the greatest presidents of all time, if not the greatest president, because he was a full-blown communist pig. You bring that up and then they look over it. They don't want to talk about that. They're like, well, that was just a blemish on FDR's presidency. No, I'd say putting people in concentration camps is a pretty big deal. I'd say that defines it a little bit more than the economic policies or his stance on the legalization of alcohol at the time. I'd say that's a little bit more of a defining moment. I don't know. Let me know in the comments on Rumble if you agree or disagree. I love to see lefties turn into full-blown Nazis when they defend FDR putting Japanese people in internment camps. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.